will survive in America? Who will survive in America? Who will survive in America? Who will survive in America?
Good evening.
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
How's it going?
Well, tonight we will be discussing a topic based on the minds of men and women, and it's called Who Wants to Know? This is Edge of the Towers webisode, and we'll get started by interviewing the only male of our pack, Bobby.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having
No problem. It's a pleasure. And so we have a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay, cool.
I'm open to all questions here.
First question. Now, these are general questions. If any of you actually have any more questions that you would like to inbox us on Facebook or anything that you would want Bobby to answer or one of us to answer,
that's right.
Go right ahead and
you can reach me at Bobby Brown II. That is the second.
2 eyes.
Yeah, not the second.
You can't find me on Facebook if you're not my friend, but if you are my friend, it's just Leah Simon, Lia Simon.
I don't really want any Facebook questions.
Okay.
No, actually, you can just find me Facebook Suri Ball.
Oh yeah.
What?
So well, we'll get started. Bobby.
Leah.
Now, what is the attraction to girls that talk about sex all the time?
I mean, to really say it like that, I mean, because it's once you hear a girl who talks about sex all the time, you tend to think that's what's on her mind most of the time, and when you're with her, if you're around or whatever, the possibility of it happening between you two, depending on if you're attracted to her or not, it can go down because it's always on her mind. So, it's kind of a one foot in the door kind of thing. It's like, oh, well, she's already talking about it. I can talk about it too, see where we can get here. Oh, we have an attraction. She talks about it all the time, 2 + 2 = 4 in that situation.
Okay. So is it based on similar, likes? It's a thing that you both would like, so just for her to talk about it as much.
I guess so, because in today's day and age, well, not I don't want to say in today's day and age, but in the teen years, the early adulthood years, like college years and so, people don't necessarily want to be together, right? Mm-hmm. And for those who want to be together, more power to you. But a lot of people don't necessarily want to be together, so what they want is just, to have fun while they still can. So,
okay. And sex is a way of doing that.
That would be.
Okay.
Safe sex, by the way.
That's right. So, that girl who talks about sex all the time, would you consider those types of girls the wifey material? Would you take them home to your mom?
A female who talked about sex all the time, I don't really know if anybody would really, tend to look at her as the wifey type, because I don't know too many men who want to be in a relationship with a girl who only talks about sex. I mean, this is just me speaking, but I would say that because it's like, oh, you're talking about sex with me. You were talking about sex before you were with me, and you're probably still going to be doing it, to other people and whatever. So, and the same way I was able to, have sex with you, another guy might do the same thing. It's kind of like a dog with the little pink thing out.
Okay.
Okay, I take that back. That was bad. It's not like that. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't really have a great metaphor for it, but I guess it's kind of like a drug addict, they've been hooked to drugs and you figure you're the rehab, but sometimes they relapse.
Okay.
If you kind of see where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like the girl is addicted to sex.
No, I'm not saying she's addicted to sex, but it's kind of, I'm using it in the sense of this is what she always does, and you think that it might stop with you, but it may not, kind of thing.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, thank you for that. And on the topic of sex, how many bodies is too much?
Oh, how many? I think that's contingent on
for females.
For females,
on the male side, how many?
I think that's contingent on how long she's been having sex. Like if she's been having sex for 2 years and she has 10 bodies. That is like wow. You know,
Okay.
that's like mind blowing. You know,
Yeah.
5 bodies a year. You
I
know, you just
agree.
knock them down.
So let's give general, I guess, whatchamacallit. So she's 18,
Mhm.
first year in college, and she started having sex when she was 16.
2 years. Okay. She just got to college.
Mm-hmm.
I say, wait, how many is too much?
Yeah, how many too much?
2 years. I'd maybe like 7, 8
It's too much.
in those 2 years.
That's a lot. I mean,
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
7 or 8 in 2 years.
7 to 8 in 2 years for a female. Like, but if I say 4, I mean, I was also brought up with that because she's like, whoa, what up? Oh, but yeah, even in 2 years though, you know, it's a time span. Like,
What if she was
even
serious about her? Like, you seriously wanted to be with her?
if I seriously wanted to be with her, I mean, that's still kind of because if I want to be serious with you, how serious can I really take you if you had these many bodies in 2
Right.
years? You
Now,
know?
say, I know a lot of people ask the question, yeah, they have this amount of bodies, but what if they were all
Boyfriends?
Like,
They're
boyfriends?
boyfriends.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's different because you have a certain criterion for your sex partners. You know, you want to be in a relationship with that person. So I guess that's different. That's not necessarily bad, but even still, you know, all
If
these
she
boyfriends
had-
in 2
yeah.
years, you know, that's
That's a
still
lot.
like crazy.
It shows
you know?
more that she's not.
She's not
in touch
consistent.
with
Yeah,
herself.
she's not ready to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
Obviously,
she's
if she has too
clearly
many bodies.
bouncing
But
from one.
so how many bodies is too much? That's really contingent on the time span from when they started having sex up until how old they are at the point. You know. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. What would you consider cheating?
What would I consider cheating? Well, of course, you know, the physical thing, the obvious physical things like kissing, having sex. Other things, cheating. I guess I don't want to say talking, but like talking in the sense of, you know, you guys are having like intimate conversations. It's like
Emotional cheating.
emotional, intimate conversations, you know, things like that about you two. Not even about you two are talking and then you guys are having an intimate conversation about her and this person she's trying to pursue. You know, where it's just you two. It's that's what it is. You know, because cheating can be physically and mentally, I suppose.
So is it both or is it just one or the other?
Oh, what do you mean?
Cheating.
For men and female?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe there's a double standard there. So both men, both females. You know.
No, I'm saying cheating is both emotional and physical.
I don't think so. I don't think it's both emotional and physical. I think when it comes to it can be, but for the most part, you know, some people, I'll just say for males, I guess.
It's mostly physical.
Yeah, I would say it's mostly physical because they're already in a relationship, so they see another person, they're attracted to that person, you know. But and then it can be emotional too because they can be in a marriage and they're talking to somebody else and they kind of like that person and then they get into it with them, you know, whatever the case may be. But for them, I mean, you know, and with females it can be physical too, just physical too. You know, they use the excuse, oh well, you're not around, which I personally think is valid, but you know, so I did it. But so, it's I guess it depends on the situation. However, somebody looks at it. Like if somebody just had sex with the other person for the sake of looks, then that's obviously
So
physical.
how far would it have to get for you to consider it cheating? You know, like say, okay, you meet someone, you flirt a little bit. Flirting is not cheating. You wouldn't consider cheating,
No,
but it could lead to it.
it can, but you know, people flirt differently. I suppose some people flirt because it's just in their nature, and they may not necessarily know it. So they think they're just being nice, whatever, but it may come off as flirting. And then there are people who are intentionally, you know, flirting with somebody. You know, like if you're intentionally doing it, you kind of want that to go someplace. So I guess it's a kind of flirting that you do. But if it's in your personality to just be nice and it comes off as flirting, there's nothing you can do about that.
All right.
But if you know you're flirting, if you're intentionally doing it, then I think that's a problem.
Okay. You have anything This is a good question. Good question. What do men really want? All the females want to know.
Ass, titties, ass and tit. No, that was crazy. I mean, I guess speaking, objectively. No, speaking subjectively. Um, what was
Go
that? What was
ahead.
that? I guess she has. I believe men want females who are like who they can hold a conversation with, who have a sense of humor because obviously men do things that women don't understand, and sometimes if you guys can just laugh about it, it makes it easier. Men want women who just chill, really, to be honest. I mean, once again, I'm not speaking. I'm not, the spokesperson for the whole male species, but I think it can be agreed upon that men want females who, that they're chill, that they can be themselves around like all the time. So like, let's say they're with their friends, right? And they leave their friends, whatever mode they were in with their friends, they can still be in that mode with their girlfriend or whatever. Because if they can do that, it just lets it,
It makes them feel
yeah, it makes them feel more comfortable and anything. But at the same time, be that other person around her. He could just be like several different personalities, and she'll completely understand every single one of them. And at the end of the day, it's cool. So ultimately, I believe just want that cool female. She's everybody he brings her around. They like her. She's cool with them. They're cool with her, and everything's good. And especially the mom. She has to be a mom favorite. She has to be a mom favorite.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Major one, especially as a guy. Uh, let's say this is our last question. What makes a man a man?
Wow. What makes a man a man? It's really just his character, his personality, how he reacts in all types of situations. If every situation comes his way and he can take it in stride, and not sit back and just be defeated,
Or overreact.
or overreact, or really take things out of context. If he can sit down, take everything in, understand it,
Amen.
rewire it in his
That's right.
brain, and spit back out, a rational, coherent logic, then sensible, all these adjectives you can throw out as many as you want, and still, conquer the situation in style, of course.
In style.
In style, of course.
In style.
Then, then he's a man. If you can put a male in any situation, and in every single situation he adapts perfectly. Not perfectly, but he's able to adapt. He's able to acclimate himself to the situation. All situations at any time. Call that guy a man. You call that male a man. You put him in. You bring him to a banquet and he's in overalls with paint stains on him, and he comes out with like several different corporate numbers. That's your guy. That's your guy right there.
So are you that guy?
That's like,
all right.
Of
course, right, Robert? No?
That's like,
what do you know?
Right? That's like asking Barack Obama if he's the president. What's he gonna tell you?
What
yes.
is he gonna say?
Duh. Like, I'm just saying. Plus,
Well, with that being said, Bobby, thank you for your time answering these questions.
No problem.
And so, if any of you all have any more questions that you want Robert to answer, Bobby, as the male representative of our little trio, inbox them to either Bobby.
Brief shout out to Chris Rainey, because I know, we were supposed to make that Game Changer video. We didn't get to it. And we didn't get to it. But
this has nothing to do with our episode.
No, I'm just saying.
I know.
I dug into the male mind a bit.
He shouldn't. Yeah, but he shouldn't feel that he's missing out.
Yeah, I was just trying to be
I
polite.
know.
Let's try to be-
I understand,
Alright.
but you don't owe him anything.
Okay, this
All right.
conversation,
All right. Thank
females,
you, Bobby,
males,
for your
something so simple went,
What?
Explain out, I
something
can't
so
speak to
simple
everybody,
went
but,
so complex.
It
just
must
now.
It
be
really
more
did
good
not.
women than men.
Females.
It really did not.
Females.
Guys.
Just minimize. That's why a lot of girls claim they ain't into guys and mess with other girls part time to improvise.